Because if y'all don't believe in that you can be hypnotized, that you could be put under drugs and pills to be manipulated against your will, then
it's sad to say, but Vaughn at that time wasn't at the right place. Wasn't at the right state in his mind. You know, you guys can take it how you want to take it from there, but he wasn't in the right state of his mind.
Show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, first and foremost, shout out to Reddit, because I've been waiting to see this, and maybe it's my fault for not doing the due diligence of proper research and finding it myself, but this toxicology report is what we all been waiting for, because it speaks volumes. Now, also shout out to CSP. Y'all go to his channel and show some love. He do his thing when it comes to speaking on Chicago news as well, and he has good perspectives when it comes to things such as this. Seeing his video brought the toxicology report to my attention, and the report says a lot. I don't know why it haven't been considered big news, especially with everyone saying King Von crashed out, or King Von got what he deserved because he thought he was tough, or just whenever someone got something to say in regards to how he moved the night he was shot and unalive. Now, the reason this is important, because if y'all been here long enough, y'all know when King Von passed back in 2020, we were the main ones in the forefront telling y'all that it was some foul play involved. Now, shout out to Ms. Gala Hagen herself as well, because she was one of the first, but she was doing it on a spiritual level. So in other words, we were just doing it on the basis of stories not adding up, surveillance footage, and going off of what 100K Track, who was Von's manager at the time, said during his interview with DJ Academics. But Gala Hagen, on the other hand, was on Facebook speaking on Von spiritually and informing the world about how things went according to her occurrences in the spiritual realm with King Von. Now, for y'all that's listening and don't believe in the spiritual realm and think that it's all nonsense, then that's cool. I understand that anything that goes against what you deem as normal may be bizarre, crazy, or just a conspiracy theory to you. But no matter what you choose to believe in, one thing's for sure, two things for certain, almost everything Gala said years ago have came to fruition, and she ended up being right on a lot of things she said first. If you don't believe me, just go back to the archives and watch a few Gala's videos, update yourself on what's going on. But for the ones that been here, y'all know what's going on, and y'all know exactly what we're talking about. Now, this is interesting for many reasons, because even if you don't believe foul play was committed the night King Von passed away, you can't deny that many things have transpired right in front of our faces that should make you question everything. We've heard his sister Kayla lie about where she was the night everything happened. His cousin Balo did an interview and switched his story about how things went. We're still wondering how or why Basil and Kayla was at the album release party with N95 masks on, looking discreet, especially when Basil technically wasn't supposed to be around Von, being that they had an ongoing case that involved Dirt, Zoo, and Von. We're also still trying to figure out who was the mysterious person that woke Von up to alert him that Quando Rondo was in fact at the club, which goes against everything if Von is the bag, because what person in their right mind is going to put the artist in harm's way when the entourage job is to protect them? Plus, it was bodyguards around. Anyway, we're not going to focus on any of that because we already did a bunch of videos covering the weird events that transpired. Today, I want to focus on one of the main pieces to the puzzle because it speaks volumes to know that Von was possibly drugged the night he was unalive. Then when you correlate the toxicology report to what his manager 100 Track said during his interview with DJ Academics, it will make perfect sense as to why Vaughn didn't look like himself. Now, a Reddit user who posted the toxicology report would say, quote, "I saw comments on the TikTok saying Vaughn was himself the night he got shot because he was off C and had been drinking. So I did some research and found this. Y'all know if it's true or not." Now, here's one thing, y'all. I highly doubt Vaughn was sniffing because, let's be real, I think that was just another narrative put out there to confuse people. And if you know anything about that drug, it's an upper. So instead of looking how his manager 100K Track described him looking, he'll look totally different. Now, speaking of 100K Track, let's go back to how he described Vaughn the night he was shot and unalive. Y'all check this out.
It's sad to say, but Vaughn at that time wasn't at the right place. Wasn't at the right state in his mind. You guys could take it how you want to take it from there, but he wasn't in the right state of his mind.
He's just moving with street guys. Why didn't he have security?
Vaughn had 3. I traveled with 1 security that moves with Vaughn, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Vaughn traveled in a bulletproof truck.
So he didn't call no one saying, "Hey, yo, we going here." Maybe the message didn't get relayed.
No, he literally told his driver he's going to an after-hour spot, and then we all caught up with him later. I can't make this up. For some reason, Vaughn wasn't himself. I'm not gonna lie. This is somebody who's more on point than security at. This is somebody I'm on the road with, I'm with him. Like, cause he know how to move, he know how to pick spots. Like, yo, this man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life as far as knowing how to conduct himself properly. But for some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30-35 minutes, and everybody outside is cold and it's shivering. Like, everybody outside wondering, like, what's going on? Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys came to the driver's side and they said, "Hey, we seen so-and-so." I'm not gonna say no names. "We seen so-and-so in the car." And instantly,
In the car, or
Now, from day one, I told y'all something wasn't right with that. And the way he's describing Vaughn is almost as if he was drugged. Not to mention, they said Vaughn had to be woken up. If he was sniffing, he would have already been up because, like I explained, that drug is an upper. People take that to get the party started. Now, 100K Track described Vaughn as if someone intentionally drugged him, but the mysterious question is, who? And why? If y'all also remember, Gala told y'all years ago that Vaughn was drugged the night he lost his life, but nobody said anything. This was before the toxicology report came out. Y'all check this out.
Everything was orchestrated to make it seem as if he was just a hothead. He just, saw his enemy and got to fighting. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the movie Get Out, but if not, y'all need to get into it. Because if y'all don't believe in that you can be hypnotized, that you could be put under drugs and pills to be manipulated against your will, then y'all sleep as hell out here. What I feel happened to him was he was hypnotized. That's why his manager kept saying that he wasn't himself. Of course he wasn't himself, because he was under hypnosis. That's why he was acting that way. From what he told me also, that's why he was feeling that way. That's why he was sitting in the car that long, because he was trying to fight what was going on. But we all know when you in a sunken place, you can't do shit about it.
Now, with all this talk about Vaughn not being himself, now that y'all already heard 100K Track describe Vaughn and his condition that night, let's take a look at what the toxicology report says. Now, it'll say, quote, "Toxicology results. Were any substances found in King Vaughn's system? The toxicology report for King Vaughn has revealed that he had methamphetamine, fentanyl, and a number of other drugs in his system at the time of his death. This is a tragic story and is one that highlights the dangers of drug use. King Vaughn was a rising rap star and he had everything going for him. But his life came to a sudden and unexpected end when he was shot and killed during a fight outside of a club in Atlanta. His autopsy report has now been released, and it shows that he had traces of methamphetamine, fentanyl, and other drugs in his system at the time of his death." Now, automatically to me, that sounds like a narrative that they're trying to paint, and it goes back to what 100K Track said. But if you know anything about Vaughn, as you can see him, it don't look like he would take any of these types of drugs, and you gotta remember that it says that he had a number of drugs in his system, right? It was methamphetamine, fentanyl, and a number of other drugs in his system at the time of his death. Now, hence, this is why he wasn't looking like himself according to Honey K Track. Hence, this is why everyone says he didn't seem like himself. Hence, this is why he was asleep in the car, because they claim it was his idea to go to the hookah spot, right? So if he didn't seem like himself and was falling asleep or was asleep at the hookah lounge, why was he still taken to the hookah lounge? And if he didn't look like himself as a manager, why would you allow your artist to go out and be potentially seen the way he was looking, jeopardizing his image and career? Like, none of it makes sense. And the fact that he had all those drugs in his system, which would make sense as to why he reacted the way he did, and it's because he wasn't in the right state of mind. And not just your average, not in your right state of mind, like you were drinking too much alcohol or marijuana. No, they said it was methamphetamine, fentanyl on top of other drugs. And I wonder, what's the other drugs? Why weren't they specific about the other drugs? You know, maybe that'll help us come to a more conclusion of maybe he was potentially drugged. And it's funny because it's a lot of people that seen the video and said that he looked like he wasn't in his right state of mind. Just look at how he walked towards the car. Even while they was fighting, if you take a video from the way he was fighting that night and compare it to the recent fight videos we seen get leaked of him in jail, you could tell it's a drastic difference. And due to the toxicology report, now we understand exactly why. So I'm not sure how old or new this is, but it's new to me. If it's also new to y'all, let us know what y'all think about it. At this point, I think we're already aware that something was type weird about the King Von situation at night. Like I told y'all earlier, we already did a bunch of videos on it. And I told y'all before, I wasn't going to do 50 million Von videos unless something significant or relevant comes out about it. And this is something I never seen before, so I figured I did a video on it because there was a lot of gray areas about how he was that night and if he was in the right state of mind or not. You know, so if this is new to y'all, let us know in the comments how y'all feel about it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.